Look around you. The steel skeletons of our skylines, the sprawling networks of asphalt, the monumental dams holding back billions of gallons of water. It all feels so permanent, doesn't it? We act as though we are the final draft of history, the apex of what this planet can produce. But deep time is a concept the human mind struggles to grasp. If the history of Earth were compressed into a single day, humans would appear only in the last few seconds before midnight. In that vast, silent ocean of time before us, is it truly possible that we are the first to build, to dream, and to industrialize? Or has Earth, in its violent and restless geology, simply erased the evidence of those who came before? To understand why we might miss a predecessor, we must understand the planet's efficiency as a recycling machine. Earth is active. It is alive with tectonic movement. The ground you walk on today was likely molten magma or submerged ocean floor 100 million years ago. Through the process of plate tectonics, the ocean floor is completely recycled roughly every 180 million years. Any civilization that built its cities on the coastlines of the Jurassic period would have been dragged down into the mantle and melted back into the soup of the Earth's core. On the continents, glaciers grind mountains to dust, and water washes entire landscapes into the sea. The geological record is not a perfect book. It is a shredded manuscript with 99% of the pages missing. We rely on fossils to tell us the story of life, but we forget how incredibly rare fossilization actually is. For a creature to become a fossil, it must die in the exact right conditions, buried immediately in sediment, free of oxygen, and left undisturbed for epochs. It is estimated that less than 1% of all species that have ever lived are represented in the fossil record. Now, consider a civilization. We don't just leave bones, we leave objects. But steel rusts, concrete crumbles, and plastics break down into microscopic particles. If a civilization existed 50 million years ago and lasted for only 5,000 years, a span identical to our own recorded history, it would appear as a geological blink of an eye. In the strata of rock, it might be represented by a layer only a few millimeters thick, easily overlooked or eroded away entirely. This brings us to the Silurian Hypothesis, a thought experiment named after the Doctor Who species, but published seriously by NASA scientists. It asks, what chemical fingerprints would an industrial civilization leave behind? We wouldn't look for statues or roads, we would look for anomalies in the atmosphere and the sediment. When we burn fossil fuels, we release carbon-12, altering the ratio of carbon isotopes in the atmosphere. We also flood the environment with nitrogen fertilizers and rare earth metals used in electronics. Interestingly, there is a period in Earth's history, the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum, PETM, about 56 million years ago, where we see a massive spike in carbon and temperature that looks suspiciously like our own anthropogenic climate change. Natural causes are the likely culprit, but the data is ambiguous enough to keep the question tantalizingly open. So, would we know? If we vanished tomorrow, our grandest cities would collapse within centuries. Within 10,000 years, the only visible traces would be the geometric cuts of open-pit mines, and perhaps the pyramids slowly buried in sand. But 50 million years from now, the Anthropocene, our age, would be detectable only by the most advanced chemistry. A future geologist might find a thin, strange layer of rock containing radioactive plutonium from our nuclear tests, a sudden spike in CO2, and perhaps a pervasive dust of microplastics. Perhaps the answer doesn't lie on Earth at all. This planet is too active, too destructive. If we really want to find evidence of a precursor, we should look to the Moon or Mars. Without tectonic plates or active erosion, the Moon acts as a museum of the solar system. If a previous civilization ever achieved spaceflight, their equipment on the lunar surface would remain pristine for eons, untouched by the decay that consumes everything on Earth. Until we scour every inch of our cosmic backyard, the possibility remains. We may be walking in footsteps we cannot see, on a planet that has forgotten more civilizations than we have ever known. The idea that we are not the first is humbling. It strips away our hubris and reminds us that we are tenants, not landlords of this world. Civilization is fragile. It is a temporary arrangement of matter and energy that fights a losing battle against entropy. Whether or not others stood here before us, the lesson is the same. What we build will fall. What matters is not the monuments of stone we leave behind, but how we treat the brief, shining moment we have in the sun. The Earth will eventually erase us too. The question is, what kind of world will we leave for the next intelligence that rises from the ashes?